October 13th, little tiny monsters are going to invade the Moncton Coliseum, and it's all for a fundraiser for the Atlantic Wellness Center. Here to talk to us more about it is the Executive Director, Andrew LeBlanc. Andrew, thanks so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me here tonight.
So this is like the 7th annual, I believe?
That's right. This is the 7th annual Monster Trot and Bar-Boo-Q.
Bar-Boo-Q.
That's right.
Man, whoever came up with those names.
It's cute, eh?
Winner. Winner. So tell us a little bit about this year's Monster Trot. What do you guys have planned?
Sure. So the Monster Trot event, we hosted at the Coliseum. It'll be on the 13th of October. And so it runs from 11 to 3. So what we do is we have a booth set up around the Arena complex, and so businesses will sponsor a booth. And so we have businesses like Toys for Big Boys and the Wee College. Our presenting sponsor this year is Economy Glass. So they each have a booth that gets decorated with a different theme, a Halloween theme, and so the kids come in and they get to trick or treat around the Arena complex and get some candy and load it up on sugar, and then we send them home. So.
Oh man, fantastic!
Yes.
Sounds like a parent's nightmare.
Yeah, you're welcome, parents.
Good stuff. So give me an idea here. What's the age for the kids? Like, is there an age limit at all?
Well, it's primarily geared towards younger kids, and so we're daycare age and things like that.
Sure.
Not a haunted house. It's really meant more for just fun, and to get the kids really excited about Halloween and things like that. So not a scary thing. It's really just for the younger kids. And so we'll have things like there's gonna be a Harry Potter booth and a Paw Patrol booth, and so. I don't know how popular Paw Patrol is with teenagers, but so probably geared towards the younger age. Well, I'm a fan. So.
You know what? This is a complete side note because it's what I like to do on the show, but I can't wait for like a Paw Patrol live action movie in like 15 years from now, like they did with like the Power Rangers movie.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it just always comes back. All right, work on that, Hollywood. Anyways, well, so that's awesome. So essentially, it's local businesses that kind of that pick up a booth, and you said the presenting sponsor is Economy Glass.
Yeah, that's right. So they're returning as our presenting sponsor, and so we couldn't do the event without the support of the local business community, and so we're incredibly grateful to them. So we usually see about 800 to 1,000 kids come through the door for the event. It's only $10 to get in. So it's relatively cost-effective, and then they can come in and do the trick-or-treating. We have a barbecue as well, and then New Cap Broadcasting is there with us.
It's a Bar-Boo-Q.
Bar-Boo-Q, yes. Yeah, when you say it quickly, right?
I guess you're right. You lose it.
Pronunciation. So.
So the barbecue again. That's kind of proceeds all go towards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so a lot of the supplies for the barbecue are donated from Toys for Big Boys, and then we're still looking to get some sponsorships for the food itself. So.
Oh, fantastic! So obviously, the volunteers would be needed for this. Are there still spots available for other local businesses who might want to participate? Oh,
absolutely, yeah. If any business out there is interested in sponsoring, we do get a lot of people through the door, so it's great promotion for sure. And it's a great opportunity to support youth mental health in the community and provide a really fun activity for the kids in the community.
It must be a blast too.
Oh,
I mean, that's kind of like the highlight of Halloween most of the time, is just to see the young kids dressed up and coming in and just like.
Oh yeah.
There, it's all concentrated in one area. So, and volunteers again, do you still need volunteers for that kind of event?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking for volunteers to help us set up and do some decorating on the Friday before. And then we need some volunteers to help give out the candy at each of the booths. So some of the businesses like to do it themselves. For example, the Wee College, they sponsor a booth, and they always send some of their daycare staff over, and they get dressed up and they run their own. But with some of the businesses, they just don't have the resources to do it. So we provide volunteers to decorate and run their booth for them.
Oh, right on. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So what's the best place to go in and get in touch if people are watching this and they're interested?
The best way to get information is by going to atlanticwellness.org. All of our contact information is there. So if you're a volunteer or you're a business or you just want to get tickets in advance, you can do all of that right at our website.
That's fantastic. So now that's the event. Let's talk about where the funds go.
Sure.
So give us kind of a rundown of what the Atlantic Wellness Center is and what you guys do on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. Well, the Atlantic Wellness Center offers free mental health services for youth ages 12 to 21 in the community. So the primary service we offer is one-on-one counseling. So we have 4 licensed therapists on staff, and so they provide counseling for youth. One of the common issues when you talk about mental health services is the wait time for service. The more education we do around mental health, the more we talk about it, the more we break down stigma, the more people are aware of it, the more the service demands increase. And so that's a challenge, and not just for us, but for any service organization that's providing mental health services. Wait times can be really huge. So one of the new services that we actually just launched back in April was a mental health clinic. And it operates kind of like an after-hours medical clinic. So on Mondays...
Like a walk-in clinic type of thing?
Kind of, yeah, a call-in clinic for us. So the phone line's open at 8:30 in the morning. You can call in and get an appointment for that night. And so it's really intended for youth who could benefit from a one-off session. And so if you're on a wait list, whether it's with Atlantic Wellness or whether it's Mental Health and Addictions or another service agency, it's just a nice service to have while you're waiting, because it may give you some direction to other resources in the community. So youth get a 75-minute session with a counselor. We give recommendations or referrals or whatever is needed. And so that's been a really great service to help cut down on wait times and just to provide more immediate access to mental health services.
I imagine that for a lot of kids, just being able to get that almost instant access in a way and just be able to talk to somebody right away must be a world of help.
Oh yeah, sometimes youth just need a helping hand trying to sort through a situation that might have happened. Perhaps they've been battling with something like depression or anxiety, and maybe something happened that particular day or over the weekend that may have triggered that a little bit more, and so they just need to talk it out with somebody. So it's a great opportunity to find more immediate access while you're waiting on a wait list somewhere, or yeah.
Excellent. I noticed this on the Atlantic Wellness Facebook page a few, I don't know, it might have been a few weeks ago. It was a letter written by Senator Nancy Hartling. I think we might actually have a picture of the letter. Obviously, the font is too small to read there, but it's a letter there with the Senate of Canada seal there. Tell me about this. She came in and she visited the center?
Yeah, Senator Hartling was in a few months ago now, just to learn a little bit more about what we do. Certainly, if you know anything about her background, she's a huge community advocate, a lot of experience in the nonprofit sector, and so she certainly is passionate about community organizations and passionate about mental health. So she came in and visited with us, and we gave her a tour and showed her what we do, and she was impressed, and so she went to the Senate floor, and actually those were the words that she spoke on the floor of the Senate. So we were certainly humbled and honored that she believes in what we're doing enough to want to talk about the importance of mental health and to do it in such a public arena. That was fantastic, yeah.
That's excellent, that's fantastic. Like this week here at Rogers, we're actually doing a mental health week. So there's been some information that's been passed out within our company, and I know other businesses around town are doing the same sometimes at different times of the year. And we had Jeanette Petitpas-Taylor actually on the show mid-August for an interview, and one of the things that she was talking about was mental health and how it's going to be it's going forward. It's a big part as the health minister of what she wants to talk about. And I want to ask you, knowing that there's so much more support, there's so much more dialogue happening around this. Do you feel like the stigma behind mental health is actually being lifted? Is this something that can really be turned around within the next couple of years?
Well, I think we're well on our way to breaking some of that stigma. You're right, a lot more people are talking about it. If you look at some of the incredible work that the school district is doing with their mental health symposium, our young people are talking about mental health issues more and more frequently, which is incredible. And companies like yourselves are talking a lot more about the impacts of mental health in the workplace and having employees take better care of their mental health to be more productive. It's in companies' best interest to be doing these things. So the conversation is increasing. I think it's certainly fair to say that stigma is starting to drop, and I think we see that in the increase in service demands. And so as people are more educated on mental health, and as people start to realize that, oh, well, maybe I am experiencing something that I'd like to talk to somebody about, or just validating emotions that you're feeling. I think as those conversations happen, we are seeing a drop in stigma, and I don't know if I would be so bold to say that in a few years we'll eliminate stigma altogether. But I think there's some incredible work happening in the community. For example, we work really closely with the United Way in Greater Moncton. They have a committee called U-Turns. And so that committee is about community partners coming together to build the best possible support network for our youth. So there's many, many agencies that are talking about how do we best support our young people as they're going through mental health issues or whatever issue or challenge or barrier they may be facing in life. And that's in partnership with a number of community agencies, the United Way, the school district, the integrated service delivery model. So.
Well, I think it's obviously fantastic. I think it's great to see that there is leadership coming from the federal level that way, but it's great that on the ground floor, grassroots, you guys are here, that the walk-in, the call-in clinic is a great idea. Monster Trot, October 13th at the Moncton Coliseum, everybody. Make sure you check it out. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.